come back from the international break, you know, you had quite a few players on the verge of getting back to fitness. How is everyone looking ahead of this weekend?
Better. We've had Eli, we've had Tom Sparrow, we've had Callum Hendry back in full training since Monday, and they're looking really good. So it's fantastic for us as a group, and especially for them to have them back. It's just raised the level and of the intensity and the quality that we're able to produce in training sessions, and they look really eager and really hungry. So great to have them back. Callum Slattery was also partially in training today. Will be training fully from next week as well. So a lot of good players out there competing and lifting the level, which is extremely positive. What we've been waiting for a couple of weeks. So good times.
Yeah, you're talking about them lifting the intensity, lifting the level in training. Are you expecting that to translate straight onto the pitch as well? Because much has been made of your starts the campaign really positive. Do you think you can take it on?
I hope so. Obviously, always hope for that it makes an immediate impact. It certainly lifts the edge in training a little bit, and you can see that the level of competitiveness is higher. You can also see that they are extremely eager to show that they want to play. And now we have even more competition and width, which is also important. Maybe had we had a little bit more width at the end of the game against Celtic, we might have gotten away with a point. So it's these things that over time we know that matters. Now we are entering a period where we are the match program is a little bit more condensed, and a longer period after the next international break where there's no break, and we need the full squad at full capacity physically also available. So it's really positive that we are having most of them back now.
How do you approach this next block of fixtures before the November international break with more games coming up midweek ones as well, and then of course you've got that huge League Cup semi-final? How do you approach that?
Well, we take one game at a time. As boring as that may sound, but we can't play two at a time. We don't have to, so we do one game at a time. Then we try to get the maximum out of that, knowing that when we also plan for how to attack that, we need to have in mind that there are games coming up. So it gives us, with the width we have available now and the number of players that also deserve to be as much involved as we can. To keep everyone sharp, then we always have that in mind, looking a little bit ahead, without losing the focus on what's right ahead of us.
Must be exciting for you, though, to have all these players back at a very important time as well. That must be exciting as a manager to see what lies ahead and what the squad are capable of.
Absolutely. I think we've all been waiting for, first of all, to be able to play, to have some really, not that we haven't had that, but to raise the bar even more in our training sessions. And you can see that straight away from Monday that we've been able to put it up a notch, and it's really getting the best out of them. And we know that the games are coming now, thick and thin, and we need as many players, not just to start but also to finish the games, so we can finish them strong and sometimes even stronger than we start them.
Does the Celtic end still hurt a little bit within the squad?
Nah, I don't think you have to kind of leave things behind you and move on. But thinking about it now, obviously we are still got it that we went home from Parkhead without any points. But I think the performance and our approach to the game gives us some really good confidence as to how to be able to beat them when we play them the next time. But also that it shows that we are capable of doing what and being for most of the part successful with our approach against the best team in the league. And then it's small decisive moments at the end that tips it to their favour, and then we know We know exactly. It's easy to see where we need to just improve a little bit, but not hugely, but a little bit to be on top.
You saw in that game Apostolos is starting to find the net as well, and he's looking more confident. How important is that, especially for a striker, but for him who's put a lot of work in for the team, but it's just not quite clicked, but he's now starting to reap those rewards?
Yeah, I think you were trying to make me say that it's very, very important, and I can't disagree with that. It is important that you have confidence in your attacking players, and I think a lot of them are showing some really good football now. He's worked extremely hard for us. He's been there. He's been in the box when we needed him. He's been there when we haven't found him. He's been there when we have found him. Now he's producing goals, not just finishes and chances, and finding the right positions, which is extremely positive. It was a great first goal he scored. And then for me, I think it's important that if you have a confident 9 and you want him to score many goals, he needs to be a good penalty taker as well. Now he scored 2 out of 2 in very decisive moments as well, and that's what you also want. It grows confidence, and hopefully he will score more goals in the coming time.
Is that the exciting thing for you, Jens? That for the early part of the season, for your build-up play was excellent, and your philosophy, but it was that killer touch in the final third that was maybe missing. Whereas now your team are finding goals. You've got Apostolos that's starting to find the back of the net. You're creating more chances, and obviously you've got Callum Hendry now back in training. That you're starting to get stronger in that final third.
Yeah, I think it's extremely important for any team that you are able to produce chances and to score goals, and especially for our style, that we want to raise the volume of attacks and chances, and you need the efficiency as well. And we've been hoping for that to grow. I think it's on the right track. I still think there's a lot more to come from players individually and from us as a team to be even more efficient and even more productive going forward. And I just hope that when we have even more players, top players and attacking players available, that will give us even more productiveness in the next period. Yeah, so hopefully already on Saturday, we will see that.
Yeah, and just lastly for me, I know you said there about it's only one game at a time, but there must be an excitement around the squad and with yourself and in the club in general that there's a League Cup semi-final not that far away in the horizon now. There's fans have been buying up tickets in their thousands. That must be, while it's the focus is in the next game, that must be a great motivator for you as a manager for your squad about what's coming around the corner.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it's not the focus right now. He's very excited about it. He told me that we've already sold 7,000 tickets, which is fantastic, and we'll probably sell quite a few more, which is amazing. So a lot of people are looking forward to that. We're focusing on the next job that's on Saturday. Obviously, we know it's in the calendar, but we're not spending that much energy on it now. It's up to you guys and our fans and our staff around the first team, and then we'll get to that when we're there.
Yeah, and you mentioned competition in your squad. Every single member of your squad's going to want to get a shot for the semi-final. How much can that help over the next 2 games?
No, look, we know we have a game, a big game for us against a tough opponent just 3 days before the semi-final, and we know the semi-final might go into 120 minutes. So it's extremely important for us that if it does, that we have plenty of firepower and quality to throw at St Mirren at that time, and that's basically all I want to say more about that game, because it's about Falkirk first and foremost, and already here on Saturday we have a few more resources than we've had lately available. Stephen Walsh is available again, so also there we have more availability at the back. So it's great for us. We can start really strong, no matter how tough the finish will be, we will be extremely competitive there as well.
You mentioned Falkirk, they were one of the 2 teams that have come up from the Championship last season. How important is it that nobody underestimates them?
I don't think this team is. I haven't seen us underestimate opponents, and I think that's very deep in our culture here. We don't really. There's no arrogance in this club, there shouldn't be. And we know that all teams are very capable of. We've seen that. The games against the smallest clubs have been just as difficult for us as the games against the big clubs. And Falkirk is also a team that has done really well over the last seasons, and who are very, very confident. There's a lot of consistency in the squad and the coaching staff, and you saw them against Rangers that they were very, very competitive and made it a really, really difficult game for Rangers. So I expect that to be here. I expect them to come here and be brave and do what they do, and then it's up to us to make sure that when that game opens up and they try to hurt us, that we are solid and we are capable of producing our best football.
I just want to say last one from me. You mentioned after the Celtic game, you had some key players potentially coming back for this weekend. How progress on with that? You mentioned some key players after the Celtic game.
Yeah.
There were some key players coming back.
Yeah, I think I've already mentioned that we have players back in full training, and they are the guys who are in full training now are available. And then we'll see who we pick to start and who we pick to come on and help.
When you look at your performance against Celtic and Falkirk's result of performance against Rangers, is that a sort of reminder to players that there are key weaknesses within those two, the big two, if you like, that can be exploited?
Yeah, I think any team has things you can and you need to exploit, no matter if it's a particular weakness or if it's just football. You can't cover all areas in a game all the time. Neither can we. Not even the best teams in the world go through a season where they don't concede goals. But I would rather say that we try to, with the way we play, to create challenges for the opposition, no matter who we face. And that's what we look to do against Falkirk, that's what we look to do against Celtic. And I think we were successful in creating big challenges for Celtic at times. We were good at also getting something out of it, but they also managed to create some big challenges for us and managed to get something out of it. So it's about finding that balance where we are better at that game than the opposition.